This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
We have an update on a fatal hit and run at Acadia National Park. It has officially been ruled a homicide and a nationwide manhunt is underway. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Also, Gouldsboro residents are in shock after the town's beloved lighthouse keeper's home caught on fire Monday morning. And in Texas overnight, more than 40 people were found dead in a suspected case of human smuggling. These stories and more are coming up. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Tuesday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, so air quality is a lot better now. We were watching that yesterday though with some of the air quality issues that prompted a few alerts along the coast, but now things are starting to look a lot better. As the rain is now moving from the west to the east, there's a little bit of a front right about in here that's moving to the east as well. So once we get this through, which we have already, things will definitely be improving this afternoon with a lot of rain or with a lot of sunshine this afternoon too. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover under a partly cloudy sky this afternoon. Maybe having to watch for, again, maybe a few isolated sprinkles that may try to get their act together. You may have noticed those real quick right there. Becoming mostly clear tonight, but then watching for a little bit more sunshine as we start things off for tomorrow. As for today, though, the wind's not a huge deal at all, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a few higher gusts in a few spots. Calming down tonight, but more wind on the way as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So for today, upper 70s under a partly cloudy sky, and the northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lower 50s tonight under a mostly clear sky, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy, and that south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. A few higher gusts up to 25 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. Hourly forecast for the afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures close to 80 degrees. Your full 5-day forecast is coming out. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A fatal hit and run at Acadia National Park has officially been ruled a homicide, and a nationwide manhunt is underway. Maine State Police say sometime between Saturday night, June 18th, and the early morning hours of Sunday morning, June 19th, 35-year-old Nicole McComb of South Portland was killed in a hit-and-run accident at Acadia National Park on the campus of Schoodic Education and Research Center in Winter Harbor. McComb's death has been ruled a homicide. Maine State Police and other law enforcement agencies are searching for 35-year-old Raymond Lester out of Portland, as well as his vehicle, a 2016 black BMW X3 SUV. The vehicle has a Maine registration 5614WM. Police say it may have front end or undercarriage damage. There is an active arrest warrant for murder for Lester. If you have any information as to his whereabouts or his vehicle, please call the Maine State Police at 207-973-3700. Gouldsboro residents are in shock after the town's beloved lighthouse home caught on fire Monday morning. A.J. Douglas has more.
The Gouldsboro Fire Department responded to 115 Lighthouse Point Road for a report that the cottage was engulfed in flames around 5 o'clock Monday morning. Gouldsboro Fire Chief Todd Daly says a family of 4 escaped with no serious injuries. Daly says over a dozen neighboring departments responded as well, providing mutual aid due to staffing issues.
He actually pulled firefighters from the town of Blue Hill to cover Sullivan Station, which is definitely, that's 45 minutes away. That shows that our manpower is very limited. So, and the age bracket of firefighters is getting up there.
Chief Daly says he suspects the fire started in the front room on the second floor.
The second story, which has been completely gone. Of course, water damage is going to be a big issue for it, but the downstairs was completely saved.
Roughly 32 firefighters helping to put out the fire within an hour after arriving to the scene. Despite the additional help, Chief Daly says they struggled to put out the hot spots, and ultimately the cottage is a total loss.
Yes, because as of its age and the way it was built and all.
A resident who has lived in Gouldsboro for the past 71 years talked about how significant the cottage is to her and the rest of the community.
It means a lot to me because I'm very fond of Lighthouse. Very close-knit community, but everybody just loves it. And like I say, it's a rental piece, so they rent it. And I think it's rented pretty much all summer. People just love it.
Community members are already expressing their hopes for a rebuild. The fire marshal is currently investigating the cause of the fire. In Gouldsboro, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The Wilton Police Department is asking for the public's help to find the person or persons behind a church burglary. According to police, St. Luke's Church on High Street in Wilton was burglarized overnight June 25th into the early morning hours of June 26th. A silver chalice and silver communion set were stolen along with an Acer laptop. They say they are interested in talking to anyone with home security systems or anyone that might have seen someone walking late at night. You're asked to call Sergeant Keyes at 645-4222. In Texas overnight, more than 40 people found dead in a suspected case of human smuggling. They had packed into a tractor trailer in the summer heat. Some of them were children, all of them likely in search of a better life. ABC's Andrea Fuuji has the story.
This morning, a suspected case of human smuggling turning deadly in Texas. Authorities in San Antonio say they found 46 bodies near or inside this tractor trailer in a remote area.
We're not supposed to open up a truck and see stacks of bodies in there. None of us come to work imagining that.
Rescuers pulling 16 people from the truck still alive, suffering from heat exhaustion with outside temperatures topping 100 degrees.
No signs of water in the vehicle. It was a refrigerated tractor trailer, but there was no visible working AC unit on that rig.
A law enforcement official tells the Texas Tribune it appears people were trying to jump out of the tractor trailer because some of the deceased were found along several blocks, and many of the people appeared to have been sprinkled with steak seasoning, perhaps an attempt to cover up the smell of people. 3 people have been taken into custody. It's unclear if they're connected to human trafficking. The Homeland Security Department is now leading the investigation. The agency says it recently added more than 1,000 workers to crack down on smuggling, an effort it says has resulted in the arrest of nearly 2,000 smugglers in recent months. The mayor of San Antonio calling it a horrific human tragedy.
46 individuals who are no longer with us, who had families, who were likely trying to find a better life. We have 16 folks who are fighting for their lives in their hospital.
Authorities last night said they have no idea how long the victims were inside the truck. The closest Mexico border crossing is more than 140 miles away.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, some Mainers are only receiving their mail about once a week, and that's a problem. We explain when we return. We'll be right back.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
The weather in Maine is tough on any vehicle. Let the qualified technicians at D&S Auto keep your vehicle running the way it should. D&S Auto, Brewer, Maine, full-service repair, routine maintenance, and everything in between.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos after I was hurt by a drunk driver. It was free for Lowry & Associates to get started on my case. They got my hospital and surgery bills paid for and got me $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Aren't you glad for innovation? Things that used to be big and bulky, well now they fit in your pocket. Even your hose, the Silver Bullet. It's making other hoses obsolete. Just turn on the water and the Silver Bullet inflates from pocket size to super size. It's the hands-free hose that grows and grows. Turn off the water and it shrinks back to a super light pocket hose. It's putting itself away. The other hose? It just sits there. Come on, go. Get your 25-foot pocket hose Silver Bullet today. Still just $19.99. You also get our adjustable bullet nozzle, a $20 value, absolutely free. Order now, and you can double it to 2. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the original pocket hose Silver Bullet today.
Call 1-800-709-9081. That's 1-800-709-9081. Or visit silverbullethose.com. So call 1-800-709-9081 now.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
More mail delays, with some Mainers telling us they're only getting their mail about once a week. Mel Meyer has more on how Maine leaders are taking action.
It used to be very reliable.
Roger Christensen in Sanford says he used to be able to count on the mail, but not anymore.
You come down the street and you see flags up, people have got mail in the mailboxes to take out, and nowhere. It just left there.
He's tried to get answers himself, calling the post office, but getting no answer.
Finally, I just get fed up with it, and I go down to see what I can find out. And I'm always told we're short of help.
In a statement, the USPS says it has an aggressive hiring campaign, but it continues to face intermittent issues with employee availability that can lead to short-term delays.
It's kind of bad when you're expecting bills, you got insurance and everything else coming in. You're looking for it, you want to get it taken care of.
Frankly, I don't miss the junk mail.
Lebanon resident Deborah Wilson also says her mail now comes once a week.
We used to receive it every day.
She runs a community Facebook page where others are expressing their concerns.
I know a lot of the business people are saying that like they're waiting for checks or they're waiting for bills to come in for materials.
In a statement, Senator Susan Collins calls the delays unacceptable and particularly harmful in a rural state like Maine, adding, U.S. Postal Service management must prioritize alleviating staff shortages and covering mail routes in order to restore this essential service. All of Maine's congressional delegation voted for the Postal Service Reform Act, which required the agency to create a public online interface to track service performance by zip code.
I'm not the only one.
But for people like Roger and Deborah, their mail deliveries are still delayed.
Residents in Bangor are urging city officials to keep Dakin Pool on the east side of the city open. Stephanie Wittenbach has new details.
Bangor Parks and Recreation Director Tracy Willett says the city doesn't have enough lifeguards to safely staff Dakin Pool. At a meeting Monday night, city councilors said it's not a budget issue, but it's that of a staffing shortage issue, and residents are not happy.
I'm frustrated that we don't seem to have a way to grow lifeguards, so to speak, in part because of COVID, but I think it's time that we sort of learn to work around that.
Senator Joe Baldacci attended Monday night's discussion and says raising the wage for lifeguards could entice workers. Longtime residents Wayne and Sonia Maller argue that the money is already appropriated for the pools and it's not right to shut it down without finding another solution.
You can have one pool open for 5 days and one open for 2. Or you could have one pool open for 5 days during the day, the other pool open at night.
Beth Pinko Aquatic Center, located on the west side of Bangor, will be open 7 days a week. For more information on Bangor's Pinko Pool, visit the city's website. If you are interested in being a lifeguard for the city, reach out to Bangor's Park and Recreation Department. In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Governor Janet Mills was in Belfast to tour a new senior housing development built by a bond. Sierra Jordan has the story.
In 2019, Governor Janet Mills signed a bond to create more than 180 affordable housing units for low-income seniors across the state. Penobscot Landing residents were surprised by a visit from Governor Mills Monday morning.
You were the first one in here? All right.
I ain't leaving.
Governor Janet Mills visited one of the units in Belfast and says this project is a step in the right direction to alleviate the affordable housing crisis in Maine.
Seniors in living in these units are people on fixed incomes, and there are no other places to go. And seniors who retire, as many of these people have, are left to live on Social Security or some other fairly limited pension.
The senior housing bond was a much-needed jumpstart for the new affordable housing in Maine, increasing from a near low of 159 units in 2018 to 445 units in 2021. Other units were built in several counties, including Penobscot, Piscataquis, Cumberland, York, and Somerset.
It is outstanding. The apartments are beautiful, and we have more and more housing coming online, and it is exactly what we need, and then some, and we need more.
Penobscot Landing in Belfast is one of the senior housing developments recently built.
The waiting list could be a month, they could be up to a year, you just don't know. It goes by income. A lot of these people are on Social Security and that's all they have for income, so they have a subsidy.
The property manager says the 25-unit housing is already full and has a wait list of 40 people.
People are nice in here. Property managers are awesome.
In Belfast, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
With Tuesday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The slide continues. Monday ended with stocks down. The Nasdaq dropped 0.7%, the S&P closed off 0.3%, and the Dow slipped 0.2%. Airlines had to cancel more than 700 flights and delayed hundreds more Monday due to lack of pilots. Airlines have already canceled more than 400 flights today, according to FlightAware. Sales of over-the-counter contraceptive pills have spiked. Retailers have started limiting purchases of the so-called Plan B pills, with supplies running short. And July 4th cookouts will be more expensive this year due to inflation. Ground beef is up 36% compared to last year, chicken up 33%, and even lemonade is more than 20% higher this year. I'm Leo Jonathan with Tuesday's Business on ABC 7.
According to Gas Buddy's survey of 1,200 stations across the state, gas prices have fallen almost 6 cents a gallon in the last week. The average price is now $5.01 per gallon, still 26 cents a gallon higher than a month ago and $1.94 a gallon higher than a year ago. Coming up, a new program has been launched to provide Maine students with hands-on outdoor learning experiences this summer. We'll take a look when we return.
With 7 convenient locations, access to justice is just around the corner, close by and close to home. Find the law offices of Joe Bornstein at Main Street in Sanford, Main Street in Biddeford, Moulton Street in Portland, Route 302 in Windham, Main Street in Lewiston, State Street in Augusta, and May Street in Bangor. We are Maine lawyers working for Maine people and Maine people only since 1974. There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
Maine's premier 9-hole golf course is at the Bucksport Golf Club. Located on Route 46 in Bucksport, the Bucksport Golf Club is a beautiful, well-groomed course with 9 scenic holes with views of spectacular hills and valleys. Players of all ages and abilities will have a fun and challenging experience at the Bucksport Golf Club. Come play a round of golf at the Bucksport Golf Club, a course where you can use every club in your bag. The Bucksport Golf Club, Route 46 in Bucksport.
I've been arrested so many times that I can't even count. I can remember thinking, oh, they're gonna let me go home for my birthday, you know? I was 12 years old. I thought I was destined to live that lifestyle of incarceration or death. My own personal recovery has been the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life.
What's up, son? What's up, dog?
I don't believe that the way that I got into recovery is the only way.
Pop loves you.
Whatever way works for you, do it.
The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says dead birds are being reported on coastal beaches. The department believes it's the result of avian flu, which is a respiratory disease. Officials are asking people not to touch or remove any dead or dying birds you may encounter on beaches or other public property. They're also asking the public to refrain from transporting birds that appear to be sick or injured to any rehab facilities because it could result in further spread of the virus.
The species that were washing up on beaches sick and dying were common eiders and herring gulls and great blackback gulls, and all three of them nest together on Maine's offshore islands. So that close proximity of those three bird species nesting together predisposed them for, a contagious virus.
Officials say if these birds are found on your land or private property, you are encouraged to remove them, but you're advised to use masks and gloves while doing so. They can be buried or bagged and put in the trash. A new program has been launched to provide Maine students with hands-on outdoor learning experiences this summer. Through the support of the Maine Department of Education, the Outdoor Learning Initiative will benefit more than 1,000 middle and high school students who come from low-income families. Students will have the opportunity to participate in marine and coastal ecology education programs, including boat building, sailing, island immersion, and more.
I've lost some of that excitement, engagement in the learning process, and nothing works better than the active problem solving and critical thinking that comes with experiential learning, and especially outdoors. And we have a beautiful place for that.
Macon says the programs will start in the next couple of weeks. The initiative is funded by nearly $900,000 from the governor's Emergency Education Relief Fund. Aging can be difficult, and for many there may be some hidden struggles going on. With more, here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
As we age, medical problems and doctor visits inevitably become a part of daily life. But many times we forget that older Americans can struggle with substance abuse too. Researchers from the University of Iowa studied more than 3.5 million Americans with first-time admissions for substance use treatment between 2008 and 2018. What they found may hint at a vulnerability for older people to substance use. Researchers found that in those 10 years of data, individuals over the age of 55 seeking substance abuse treatment for the first time nearly doubled. So a weekly check-in with older family members may be beneficial. If you are struggling with substance use and are looking for options to stop, please contact your doctor or caregiver with further guidance. With this Medical Minute, I'm Jay O'Brien.
When we return, Devin Biggs will have your 5-day forecast.
Are you eligible for Medicare? Joe Montana is, and he enrolled in a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan. He knows about coverage, and WellCare provides the extra benefits he wants.
Hi, I'm Joe Montana. When you get to be 65, you have little patience for nonsense and inefficiency. That's why when I qualified for Medicare, I went with WellCare.
Take it from Joe. As a WellCare member, you get a $0 or low monthly plan premium on your medical coverage and prescription drugs with $0 generics. And that's not all.
Plus, a flex card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, an over-the-counter allowance, and even give-back plans that put money back into your Social Security check every month.
Call us at 1-866-636-7403. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide with everything you need to know about Medicare and tell you how to get a $0 or low monthly plan premium on your medical coverage, prescription drug coverage with $0 generics, dental, vision, and hearing coverage, a WellCare Flex card, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $840 back in your Social Security check every year. WellCare is committed to providing our members great Medicare coverage that includes extra health care benefits. If you want to learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-636-7403. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide with everything you need to know. Or visit our website, enrollwellcare.com. That's 1-866-636-7403. Or enrollwellcare.com to enroll today. WellCare, it's Medicare done well.
Bangor Chinese School is hosting its first Chinese Dragon Camp session of the year. Those who participate will host a Chinese scholar for 2 weeks, getting the chance to learn more about the country's culture and language. Families who house a student will also receive credit from Husson University and be part of the Bangor Brewer 4th of July parade. Director Jing Zhang, who has been hosting this program for almost 2 decades, highlights why it's important to understand Chinese culture.
Absolutely. Right now, more and more, for the other, non-Chinese citizen people are learning Chinese. If the heritage lose their, own language, mother language, that would be so bad.
The second and final session is set for July 11th and is currently open for registration. The Bangor Public Library is hosting the Bangor Band on its patio at 6:30 tonight. The concert will include a short talk about R.B. Hall, a composer and musician who rebuilt the Bangor Band in the 19th century, creating the foundation for its lasting legacy. The Bangor Band celebrates its 163rd birthday this year, making it one of the oldest community bands in the United States. Now let's check the forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Tuesday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Air quality, we haven't talked about this in a while. We had to bring it up yesterday because there were air quality alerts in effect. Now there are not. Everyone is in agreement. There was concern yesterday over code orange air quality, but now we're back in the green. Everything's looking really good. But now we're watching this right here, tracking off towards the east. This is a cold front that moved through and helped to clean the air with some of the rain and thunderstorms that moved through. The sky is now clearing out. Now we have this cold front right here tracking off towards the east. High pressure right here also tracking off towards the north and east. So that's going to keep things nice for us under a partly cloudy sky. Maybe a chance for maybe a few sprinkles by later this afternoon. I think that'll be a little bit of a stretch, as I do think most of us will stay dry with just a few passing clouds. 3 to 4 foot wave heights being noted according to some of the buoys out there, so nothing too ridiculous at this point, though, but some winds maybe trying to get up to 15 miles per hour, not out of the question this afternoon. Calming down dramatically overnight tonight. The more wind tomorrow, reaching up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour in a few areas. Our average high is now 78 degrees. We'll get close to 80 degrees today and tomorrow, though, even into Thursday. Middle 80s by Friday and a Saturday. Lower 80s Sunday. Upper 70s as we head towards your Monday. All right, your muggy meter, though, showing dew points that'll be gradually on the rise, so a little bit Wednesday and Thursday. Nothing ridiculous there. Better dew points will be up as we head towards Friday and a Saturday, even getting up close to the middle 60s in a few spots as we head between Friday and Saturday, though, so feeling a little bit more muggy as we move forward. UV index forecast for today is very high. It's at an 8, so that means a burn time of 15 minutes. So the hat, the sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade, all necessary as you head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward today, partly cloudy. It tries to get a few sprinkles going on Futurecast. I think most of us will be okay as we do become mostly clear later on tonight with a lot of sunshine on the way for the daytime tomorrow as well, but more clouds approaching during the afternoon too. Better chances for showers and a few rumbles of thunder will develop as we head toward Thursday night and a parts of Friday morning. So your forecast for today getting close to 80 degrees today under a partly cloudy sky. The northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, mostly clear, lows in the lower 50s and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 80s, partly cloudy and breezy. South wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Already, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast, a small chance of rain on Thursday, temperatures in the lower 80s, middle 80s on Friday under a mostly cloudy sky, chances for storms on Saturday, highs in the mid 80s.
Liking the looks of that sunshine. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.